No, Chief, I want to tell Nigerians this, that you are going to stick with your standard.
Of course.
Any athlete that makes the Olympic standard but does not make Nigerian standard will not go to the
Of
Olympics.
course, that is what we are saying. Because we want people who will go, who will at least get to the semi-finals.
So you don't want it's not going to be a jamboree.
It's not, of course, except the ministry wants it. But for the federation, we don't want a jamboree. Because those who go for jamboree are the biggest distraction that you have when it comes to the games.
Okay, we can take just one or two calls because the issue is a bit tight because on what we are running. But let me. I'm coming to Bukola now. Buki, Lagos Marathon has just been rejected, but then part of the controversy is that first of all, why do we need a marathon when Nigerians are not marathoners? And then two, those who come in, who bring it outside, collect all the money, $50,000, $100,000, they win it, and Nigerians will not, So why are we? Of what benefit will it be to Nigeria if we want to bring a marathon and give the money to Ethiopians and other
people? You've asked a very apt question. The man whose wisdom it was for this marathon to have a rebirth is sitting next to me here.
You didn't tell me that. That is a masquerade.
January last year, he said to me, look, Buki, you call yourself a sports businessman. I challenge you. Go and get the Lagos Marathon up and running. There is a disgrace that one of the biggest mega cities in this world, Lagos, does not have a road race. In fact, if you look at Vanguard February 16, 2013, he actually said that. He captured that in an interview. But the good thing about the Lagos Marathon, with the way we are driving it, is that it's not all about winning. It's about lifestyle. It's about creating a healthy living for Lagosians and Nigerians in general. It's about charities. It's about, my son is autistic. I was very glad to see one of the charities coming to run this race as one of the autism charities. That brought a lot of joy. I'm getting emotional. It brought a lot of joy to me because my only son is autistic, and this is what this marathon is all about. It's not about who comes first. Having said that, we are Nigerians. We are very competitive people. Who says a Nigerian cannot win the race?
Johnny Omolwe. Okay, I challenge you. I don't think a Nigerian is going to do that. Let me come to Chief Ogba. Doping is a problem. The last All Africa Games, Nigeria, we have about 8 cases, probably, and 4 of them is at athletics. And since this board came on, we have almost about 13 cases of doping affecting our athletes. Are you not worried about it?
No, first, you're not correct. We did 4 not from athletics, no.
How many from
2.
athletics? 2 from athletics.
Just 2.
The 2 jumpers?
Yes.
Those are the only one from
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That for the All African Games.
All African Games, okay.
And for me, I think that is credit to us, because when I came in 2009, that first year we had 13 cases. 13, and where were they caught? In the Republic of Benin for a West African Region 2 competition. That is where they took drugs to go and win in West Africa. That was a shame. And after then, we have started fighting it. We've cleaned our house. If you look at all the documentation around the world, we are not mentioned, because a country with over 180 million, 2 cases, I mean, that is commendable. Kenya is 34 cases in 1 year, 34. Do you understand? So we are, as a federation, we have fought doping to a level where we don't compromise. We don't hide any athletes. We expose you, and we apply stuff, even to the extent that Lee Evans, one-time great, it is this federation that busted him.
Yes.
And sanctioned him. He tried to go to court. He has not been able to go to court. It is so. I mean, with no regrets. We even like I tell them, the 2 jumpers. Yeah, in those 2 events, the second people are also Nigerians. So the better stay with Nigeria. But that is where we are. I'm not worried about that. I think it's negligible, and I'm happy that we've been able to place the sanctions, and as a deterrent to other athletes who would attempt to cheat. We don't support cheat. As a matter of fact, we are promoting what they call the Clean Athlete Initiative. And we have also said that we don't want to win at all costs. Because the way, why you are not seeing us winning goals? Because we don't want to support cheating. If we cheat, we will win like many people, but we don't want to do that. Somebody told me in this conference, President, you're not going to win anything because you are fighting, you are not supporting doping. And I said, yes, I don't want to win with doping. I want to win clean.
Okay, because we are almost running out of time, I want to stick with you here. I've just talked about footballers, getting so much money, so much in bonuses. How do other federations feel when you go to the Ministry of Sport and you say how much that's football is getting your athletes, your coaches? Let's assume they give the coach of Super Eagles $4,000 for winning the match. You win another one for another four. Before he wins all 3 matches in the group, he collect $12,000, and your coaches are not getting up only $3,000 or $4,000 in a year when you are paying your own coaches in athletics. That is one. And then what is the position of this Olympic Solidarity Fund? That our athletes are supposed to benefit. Are we benefiting it? Are we benefiting from it? How many of them are there? Are getting that particular grant? As at now.
I take the last question.
Yeah.
We are benefiting from the Olympic Solidarity Fund for athletes.
How do you qualify for it?
First of all, you fill the forms, you send it to the IOC.
Okay.
The IOC will have their own criteria. They check it. Once you have a doping issue before, you won't qualify.
Okay.
But they have their criteria.
Do you need to meet a standard time? Do you need to qualify to benefit?
No. Any athlete, they send to all the federation. You send all your athletes fill the form and send to the IOC.
Okay.
The IOC will look at it. I think they use age. They look at what you've accomplished and all that, and they come up with those. For athletics, for instance, we have 5.
We have 5 in Nigeria now.
Yeah, we have for athletics. We have 5.
Athletics.
We have for weightlifting. We have for wrestling. We have for canoeing. Okay. We have 1 person canoeing. And we have a couple of those. That is that one.
The other one.
Then you talk about the issue of the.
How do you?
You see, again,
Yes.
again, the reason why we have this problem is also the media. It's also the media because we are not presenting what the situation is.
Okay.
Let me tell you, if football wins anything, everybody will be in Africa. In athletics, we've gone beyond that. We are not of Africa. We're not of winning. We have gone beyond in every.
So why can't you guys champion the issue to the government to say, look, let them equitable reward for
let me listen to you.
Yes.
I said the media. I happen to be a media practitioner too.
I know.
Yeah. So the problem in sports in this country is the media, because the media does not present the situation as it is to the public. Sometimes you bring people here to sit, and they just come and say whatever they want to say, without a recourse to whether they have the knowledge to even speak on those subjects.
That's why you are here.
Yeah, thank you. Because I give an example, for instance. If I want to talk about medicine, for instance, I'll be diagnosing the illness of somebody when I'm not a doctor. Then if a doctor is here, I will challenge the doctor. You're not a doctor. You see, these are some of the things that has happened to sports, which is not good. The truth is that we all know that the world over, sports is the biggest employer of labor. The biggest employer of labor, the biggest contributor to the GDP of any country. I can tell you this. Go to America, for instance. Look at all the people that play American football. Look at those who play basketball. Look at all the track and field. Go to Jamaica. They earn money. They earn money from sports. And when you earn money, for instance, if you earn like $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, you are in the top echelon of that society, particularly in America, and you pay big tax to the government.
Do you see it as unfair? Do you see the reward system has been unfair?
Of course. That is why I said it is the media, because the media has promoted football beyond where they should be.
I have never done that.
No, that is you. But when I say media, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the media.
To a large extent.
Yes.
To a large extent, I agree with Chief Solomon Ogba on that issue. However, we must also put the blame on the federal administrators of sport.
What are the federations themselves? Do you know?
No, let me give you a typical.
And the federation, look, if you don't give us what you are giving to football, okay,
let me give you a typical example.
Sit down. Is it possible?
Let me give you a typical example.
Yes.
We woke up a sport that was non-existent in wheelchair basketball. Yeah. We've gone out more than 6 times, coming second, third. We even wrote, recently the girls came third, African qualifiers. We wrote to the NSC, If they are watching, let them hear me talk. We wrote to the NSC, just shake hands with these special people. They replied that they are going to do a reward system with the president, but they were not listing those special people, the people who actually need the veritable tool, which is sports, for empowerment.
Okay, I think it's high time sport administrators also let government know that government should not treat sport as a philanthropic gesture. Corporate social responsibility is a big business, as you said. So the earlier the government, you allow the government to see this as a business, government will see it as a business. If you present to government as a corporate social responsibility, they will see it as such. And if you present to government that government should just be a Father Christmas that doles out gifts, they will keep doling out gifts. So is how you present yourself.
Care does not want you to say this. Because before we came on, that was a debate. You guys are quick to criticize administrators for not bringing the private sector. But when you bring the private sector, nobody gives them the exposure.
We do that. We are a private sector, and we are doing a contribution. Chiboba, I wanted to close the show. I wanted to tell Nigerians what 2016 looked like, in just a few words.
Well, thank you, Ken. 2016 is going to be good for athletics and for sports generally. I'm coming to 2016. Nobody thought Nigeria could ever come second in the All-African Games, going by precedence. But I think 2016 is going to be good. I met
Olympics?
The Olympics. I met with the minister, and I think the minister has the right attitude towards these things, towards the Olympic preparation. So that's my impression of him. I've met.
Will they release the funds on time?
No, well, that's a different thing. But from what I've seen, I think he has the right, and he has asked the right questions in meetings that we've had. And that gladdens my heart. So now for 2016, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be definitely better than 2012. Unfortunately,
tell Nigerians.
Yes, unfortunately, the fallout of 2012 was never followed. When we had the summit, all the recommendations, like you said, was never followed, even with the administrators itself. All
right, that is I just said that 2016 is for hope. The minister is taking it in the right direction. They are moving. He likes the sound of his voice. Probably understood that it will come with action. It's a Channel Sport on Sunday. Have a blessed Sunday. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Let's go.